You can also insert a web clip, so perhaps you found something that's really helpful and you want to make sure that you remember it. Maybe it's a YouTube video. And then in here you can search, let's say it's the Primary Colors song. And there it is. I can tap on that. And then I can select Done. And you can see here now I have this little clip that I can always come back to if I want to. If I tap on Browser, it will open up to that website, and then I can go ahead and I can work on or watch that video. Maybe it's a diagram that you want to save from the internet. So let's go ahead and look at how to do that. Web clip. And here you can simply just search in Google. Perhaps this is the one you like. So you can then select Done. And there it is. It's saved for me if I need to reference it again later. And again, all of these can be moved around the page wherever you need them to go. So stickies is the last option I want to show you under media, and this is kind of like just putting a sticky note on top of your work. So you can see there are 4 different options. The option I use most often is typing. So maybe here I would like to write 6-hue color wheel. And this is an option that I can move around my page, but what I can also do here is tap paper, and I can change the way it looks. So it can look like a sticky note or it can look like something else. Whatever it is that you want it to look like, you can add the lines. You can add graph paper. These are just a bunch of different options. Alright, there's 2 final things I would like to show you here. So if you tap on the little wrench up at the top of your screen, you can see you can set paper to go across your whole page. So maybe you want your background to be pink for whatever reason, you can go ahead and do that. And you can also select whether you want the computer when it's, or whether you want the printer you can also select if you want the printer to print the paper that you've chosen or not. And I'll show you how to do that shortly. Lastly, you'll see the 2 pieces of paper on top of each other on the top right corner. If you tap on that, you can see multiple pages at a glance. So I could go ahead and scroll through my pages however I would like. So let's say this was on the next page. I can see it there. I can also delete a page if I'd like. So if I tap on that page, I can select delete page, clear page, copy page, and I can also add a new page. So now I have 3 pages to my document. You'll see this little bookmark option. If it's a very important page, you can bookmark that page by tapping on that bookmark. So you can see that bookmark is red. Now anytime I go into any other subject, I'll still see these bookmarks here, just in case it was something that needs to go from one subject to another. The very last thing I want to show you is how you're going to send your notes elsewhere. So perhaps your teacher needs you to print or email your notes. So the box with the arrow pointing up is where you want to go to. And here you have a few different options. One is print. Once you're on the school's Wi-Fi, you should be able to select print. This is where you can choose if you want the paper background to print or not. Select print notes. Then you're going to select a printer depending on where you are. If you're at school, they should all appear. And go ahead and print. Perhaps your teacher has asked you to email the notes. Well, you set up your email onto your iPad earlier, so you can select email. You can select if you want the recordings to be included, and you can select how many pages, as well as if you want the paper to be included, and then select email notes. And it will then open up your email app, and you can send your notes there. Lastly, you can send your notes to Google Drive. This is a great option if you want to be able to then submit your note in Google Classroom. So you can go ahead and tap Google Drive. It's going to ask you where you want this to go. And I've already created a Notability app. Those are my backups. So I can save it in there, or I can save it elsewhere, and then select Send to Google Drive. Now it's in my Google Drive, and if I need to add it using Google Classroom, I can go ahead and do that.